My talk was about a paper called Out of the Tar Pit, which was sort of looking at what is the biggest contributor to complexity in software. And this paper, Out of the Tar Pit, talks about state as being one of the biggest contributors. I think if you're into programming languages, functional programming is one way to address that issue, having a lot of stateful things in your app. But my talk was that you could take that philosophy and apply it to something that you might not have thought of before, which is your database. Yeah. So we build systems using functional programming languages on the client and on the server, but we also use a database called Atomic, which we can basically treat as like an immutable value in the cloud, basically. I think the hardest thing is to paint a narrative that gets people curious enough to try a different approach. I mean, that's a lot of my public speaking is simply that there's a different methodology one can use once it's about to do software. Yeah. And having tried at least the mainstream way for quite some time, and then a more functional approach, I'm more convinced of the functional approach. But my assumption is that people don't know that much about it. So the challenge for me is often just putting into the right words or the right narrative so that it seems compelling to people who aren't necessarily familiar. I think that part of the reason why I enjoy coming to places like CodeMesh is that there are so many unsolved problems, and you want to get a sort of a sense of what that is. I definitely think that there is a theme, and the theme is that a lot of these talks are about ways to build simpler systems. I mean, I would say that on a practical level, that's, I think, what everybody is really trying to say when they talk about whatever topic they've chosen. So I think that's important. I also think that another one, it's also hard for me to say because for me, there's always a sense that we don't know that much, So I think that we're still figuring out both how to be better at what we're doing now, but we're still, discovering how far we can go. I think they're really two very different things. How can we improve what we're doing today, and then what does the future look like?